In the next section, you're going to get some examples of reducing with factoring. The directions will usually just say simplify. So if you look at this expression here, I could reduce this 4 with this 4. Let's look at this next expression. Well, it looks like I could do with the x, but you can't do that. When you're reducing in fractions, everything has to be set up as a multiply. And whenever this is not a multiplication, you need to put a parenthesis around the whole group. Then, once you have parentheses around the whole group, if a parenthesis group is exactly the same on the top and the bottom, you can reduce it. So you can reduce that with that. Here's another example. If I have 3x plus 2 over 3x, can I reduce that one? All right, if there's an addition or a subtraction in a fraction, you have to put a grouping symbol around the whole thing first. Now, the only way I can reduce is if there's another parenthesis exactly like that on the bottom, but there's not. That one cannot be reduced. Let me give you a couple more examples. Okay, 2 more examples. Now, can I reduce that 3 with that 3? Oh, I hope you said no. If there's an adding in a fraction or subtraction, you have to put a grouping symbol around the whole thing. Now, the only way you can reduce this is if you can factor something out of the top first. Well, I hope you notice that both of these have a common factor of 3. So I could factor a 3 out and write that p plus 1, right? Because when I factor a 3 out, it means I divide this by a 3. That gives me the p. I divide this by a 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. I can double check. If I multiply this using distributive, which you learned a while back, I get 3p plus 3, right? So I know I factored it correctly. Now, do you see something that can reduce as long as the top is an all multiply there? Now I can reduce this 3 with this 3. And final answer, p plus 1. You could put it over 1 if you want, because this is a 1 and this is a 1. But 1 times p plus 1 is p plus 1, and anything over 1 is itself. All right, what about here? Can I cross out the 3x with a 3x? Ooh, don't do that. It's very tempting. First, I want to factor. The bottom doesn't factor, but the top does. We got a minus sign in the middle, so we're going to keep that. 3 goes into both 3 and 9, and they both have an x. So let's take out a 3x. Okay, so now let's divide each part so I can reduce it. 3x over 3x, that's 1. 3 into 9 is 3, and take an x from that x, leaves an x. So, now, do you see anything that can reduce? Can I cross out the 3x? You said no, but the 3 and that 3. So there I have a 1, there I have a 1. 1 times x is x, and 1 minus 3x. And I don't need to write the 1 on the bottom. So there's a couple more examples. Good luck on this lesson. I'm sure you can do this stuff.